Hello, hello. Welcome back to another vlog. I should be filming the wrap up for the first half of July's vlog, but instead I'm like, let's start another tiny mini vlog. So you will, in theory, still get a vlog for the second half of July, but I want to do a specific vlog just for this book. And I think going forward, there are a few books that are either like really anticipated books or books that friends have, you know, really recommended. Um, So I think for those we're gonna do like specific book specific vlogs. So the first one, um, this has been making its way around BookTube. They're being discovered, enjoyed. Some people are absolutely loving them. A lot of people are essentially hate reading them. I'm really curious to see where I fall into the camp. So my friend Zoe has read these, and yeah, she's really enjoyed them, but she doesn't know whether she would recommend them. She's fairly, I don't know, I think mostly she's also just really curious to see where I'm going to go with this as well. So, yeah, without any further ado, what am I going to be reading? Guys, what are we doing? It's Planet Barbarian. I am expecting to have a lot of fun. I'm just going into this expecting to have a lot of fun. Um Basically from what I can tell, this series of books are basically about a bunch of women who crash land on a nice planet and find that they are compatible with the locals. um, it plays a lot on the fated mates trope. Um, and from what I've heard, there's like a decent amount of diversity in it as well. So we'll see how we get on. Yeah, I've got like, how long have I got? I've got about an hour before I need to leave for work. So I've got about half an hour. I can read for about half an hour this morning before I need to start getting ready. And I'll chat to you guys tonight, see how far I've gone on. So I am 66% into it. I'm really enjoying this, guys. It is currently 20 to midnight. No, it's not 20 to midnight. It's 20 to 1. It's after midnight. I should be fast asleep. But I'm still reading. And quite frankly, there's a really good chance I'm going to finish this book tonight. It is a super quick read. The Kindle is telling me I've got less than an hour. And I probably should have checked in, before I got this far into it, but that's where we're going. This is where we're at. But she just found a spaceship. Like, I was not expecting that. Of everything I've heard about these, I was not expecting her to find a spaceship with artificial intelligence. I've been really enjoying the back and forthing between Georgie and Vectel. Vectel is the alien. I've been enjoying like the backing and forthing of them trying to figure out what each other's saying and what they mean. And now there's this random spaceship which has alien artificial intelligence. It knows she's speaking English, and I think we're a way to open a proper means of communication. And what the fuck? I am here for this. Like, this makes it times I'm like, nah, they're fine. That's fine. Alien spaceship, artificial intelligence. Apparently, that's like, I'm here for this. I'm excited. So yeah, this is a really random check-in. I am definitely way too tired to be doing this. It's so far past my bedtime, guys. But yeah. So chances are I will check in once I've finished this book, which will be tomorrow morning because I will probably finish this and then just completely zonk out. How am I still awake? I'm never awake at this time of night. But yeah, I just got really excited because I was getting ready. I was like, nah, right, okay, I can probably go switch this off. I can probably put this down now. And then the spaceship turned up. I'm having a Project Hail Mary moment, but obviously not as dramatic as Project Hail Mary, but still, there's a spaceship! Apparently this is just a thing I like in my sci-fi. Unexpected spaceships turning up. Who knew? I don't know if that's an actual trope or not, but if it is, that's my trope. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys in a bit. Okay, I know I said I was going to update in the morning. I don't know where the camera... I think it's over here. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be looking right now, so I'm just looking off apparently into the corner. But I know I said I was going to update in the morning, but uploading a language into her brain is cheating. I should have expected this. I have read enough I should have expected this. But it's cheating. Instant language barrier gone? No. Just... I've gone from excited to annoyed. I'm still really enjoying it. But still, come on guys, this is cheating! Okay, so it's the next morning. I thought I was going to finish this last night, and about, I think 10 minutes after I filmed my last clip, I was like, no, do you know what, we're at a nice stopping point. I think there's something really weird with my Kindle settings, possibly, because half the time it's not telling me when we're at the next part. That was me trying to do funny inverted comma fingers whilst holding coffee. But yeah, anyway, my Kindle's not really telling me when we're at like parts, so for like till at least halfway through this book I was like, this doesn't have chapters. I think I'm currently on part 6. When did the parts? Maybe I just stopped. Maybe I just didn't see the parts, which, you know, is maybe a sign of how into this book I've gotten. I've realised I'm reading this with the same part of my brain that I read fan fiction with. It's the part of my brain that goes, I'm not expecting this to be like the next best thing ever. I'm just here for a really fun time and to see kind of how ridiculous it gets. Because my god guys, this is starting to get ridiculous. So I think I've very much decided this vlog is not spoiler free at all. I don't think you could do this. I don't think I could do this spoiler free. But yeah, she's pregnant. They've known each other for like 3 days. I think it's like an accumulation of 3 days. And I'm very much getting to the decision where it's like her little group of survivors kind of put her in charge because she was the first one to really step up and be like, okay, we need to get out of here, let's do something. Which, fair enough. But she should not be in charge. She should not be in charge of leading anybody because she is the queen of bad decisions. You know? My eyes are starting to water and I can't figure out why. It's not exactly a sad book. Or an emotional book. It's just a ridiculous book. But yeah, she's... So, okay, like, fair enough. You wake up to someone going down on you and giving you, like, the best orgasm of your life. Like, fair enough. I accept. Go with it, because, you know, your brain is not activated. Who is trying to phone me right now? No. I don't know that number. Rude. How dare they? But yeah, fair enough. Do not then continue sleeping with the very obvious alien. Like, just... No. Don't be like, oh, he's obviously clearly into me. I will repay him with sexual favors. Like, no. What the fuck, girl? No. But yeah, anyway. They find the spaceship and she's like, oh, I could maybe go home. I need to decide. I'm going to forgive her the instant translation brainwave transplant, whatever the fuck the ship did to her brain. It was really not explained. I'm going to forgive that simply because with the length of the book and what needed to be discussed and what decisions needed to be made and what information needed to be passed on, that could not have been done with hand gestures. So she now has to decide whether she wants to stay on the planet and get a Kui, which is like a symbiote, basically. And that's the only way they can survive being on this planet. Or do they try and fix the ship and go home? I mean, none of them know how to drive a spaceship, so I think we all know where this is going. And there's this series. This is an Planet Barbarian series for a reason, right? So we know where it's going. But yeah, now it turns out she's pregnant. So, okay, sure. Sure, why not? And yeah, right now they are trekking back up the mountain to go and rescue the rest of the survivors because she's the only one in the alien tribal village right now. And, you know, they've had to go back to the village to get more hunters and more supplies to go rescue the others. And she's like, they think they're rescuing 6, or they think they're rescuing 5. There's actually 11 of them. One bombshell at a time, though. So we won't tell them there's an additional 6 people in stasis that need to be rescued as well. We won't tell them till they're there. Maybe tell them beforehand. Let them prepare. Let them bring more people. More supplies. No? No? So yeah, right now, Queen of Bad Decision Making goes to Georgie. Anyway, according to Kindle, I've got about 20 minutes left of this book. So I will either check in with you guys just before I go to work,
or when I get home from work. But either way, tonight I am finishing this book. Also, I will put money, I would bet money that how do you pronounce Rahosh, the grumpy right-hand man, the super arrogant, like he's very much giving off, I'm very arrogant, he's egotistical, he's arrogant, he's entitled. He in his brain, he is entitled to one of these women. I can guarantee, I would bet my non-existent property, he is getting a book. Watch this space. Because I will totally be buying the next books after this. Just saying. I'll update you.
Okay, so it's nighttime again. I've been to work. I'm home. I finished it. I finished Ice Planet Barbarian. Verdict. I'm going to continue this series because I'm a little... I wouldn't go so far as to say hooked, but she's left just enough little things that I'm like, now I need to just make sure this is resolved, okay? I have criticisms. You know, this series is definitely not going to work for everybody. It's not the best written. The writing style, you have to be able to push past it. I'm not going to lie. If when you're reading, like the prose and the writing style is a big thing for you, this isn't going to work. It's not going to work for you. If you can push past that and accept that it's basically written like unedited fanfiction. Okay, look, I live on fanfiction. I've read a lot of fanfiction. I am not dissing fanfiction here. But sometimes it's not the best written. And this kind of feels like the not so great written stuff. Yeah, it's plot-wise, it's super, super quick. This is not only... It's less than 200 pages in total, so it's not only lengthwise is it a very quick read, it's a very quick, easy read. You literally churn through it. I think at most I've probably given this like 3 hours of reading time. Like I've really quizzed through it. It's a super, super quick, easy read. It's definitely not going to tax your brain or anything. It's the trigger warnings at the start, valid, very, very valid. I think if you can get past sort of like the first, I want to say like 10-20%, you're going to be fine with the rest of the book and everything that happens. The hardest bits to read are right at the start. But yeah, I'm going to say like by the time we got to the end, like things are happening, decisions are being made. At this point, our main character is just accepting so much that, you know, if you're expecting sensible decisions, and not sensible decisions, but realistic decisions and realistic thought patterns, you're not going to get it. Okay? This is straight up fated mates. We found each other, now we're obsessed with each other shit. This, you know, there's nothing else to it. I've looked up the plot for book 2. Well, I said like the summary, I've read the plot. I've read like the blurb at the back. It doesn't name the characters, but I am fairly certain it is Grumpy. The one I was betting on last clip. Like Grumpy second in command is definitely him. I'm fairly certain it's him. It basically ends with they've rescued all of the women. So the 5 or 6 that are conscious, they basically make an agreed decision that they are going to stay and get the cooties or whatever they're called, the symbiotes in them. I find it a little annoying that they've made this decision before they woke the other women up. I mean, I can kind of understand why, but like they've completely taken the choice away from these other women. But yeah, one of the women who was awake, Liz, she resonated with annoying grumpy dude, entitled dude. And it literally, I think within the last pages, it's like, oh, he dragged her off to like mate, and it's like, we're not going to address the fact that, you know, like he's basically dragging her off to rape her. So I'm really curious to see what she does with the next book. I want to know more about how the blue aliens got to this planet, because they're not native to this planet, although they have been here for a couple hundred years now. Because the ship that we found was their ship that crashed, and it manages to brain zap languages into everyone's head. I can understand it, but I'm still annoyed because it definitely feels like cheating. So yeah, I want to find out more about their race and where they came from. Are we gonna fix the ship at any point? Are we gonna try and go back? Who knows? I want to feel more about their culture because we've seen very, very little of it. As a book that's less than 200 pages, it very much feels like a prologue. I'm really hoping that like writing style and character work does get better as the series goes on. But in the meantime, it's just going to be like a really shit trashy read that I'm just going to go along with. And, you know, for whenever I want to read something kind of fucked up, that's going to be the book I'm going to go for. Yeah. Anyway, this has been an interesting vlog. If it's an interesting read. Yeah. That's all I got. I'm gonna wrap this up here before I start rambling and just going, yeah. So I will see you guys in the next one. And in the meantime, have a great week.